Is it live?
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, you're firing that thing. Okay.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Huh?
I'm firing that thing? What do you mean by that? Am I doing it wrong?
Just a bit.
Oh.
Just a little bit wrong. I was wondering if we should try plugging our gigs at the beginning of it. Do you know all your gigs offhand?
Yeah, I guess. Coming up, I've got April 1st at the Pueblo Country Club,
Mm-hmm.
and then April 7th in Fairview, Montana,
Yeah. What's the Sunday show?
and it's a Saturday show.
Fairview, but isn't there a Sunday show after it?
Yeah, well, Fairview Friday.
So, wait, which Friday was Rapid City, right?
I'm sorry. So Friday's the 7th.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Go find it.
Darren, go back to the first one. I don't like being looked at for this intro part.
What do you mean?
I don't like that. Yeah, that one. Okay, that's better.
I feel like they can see me.
I know. I don't like that part. Not for this part. The
No?
intro part.
Oh, okay. That makes... I have a show this Saturday
Yeah.
in a dark room in front of a mirror.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to mark do a 30th show. That'll be fun.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have to try that.
Movies and stuff.
Yeah. I have now. I'll have to. I don't know why I did this. This is terrible because I don't remember my plugs now. I'll have to think of them.
I don't have any plugs.
No.
No. So there's no one to stall too. Why you try to figure it out?
Everything you have is batteries. But wah.
Are we supposed to be on the screen?
No.
He's not ready.
You're not.
I'm
given-
not pretty enough yet.
Nyland was getting anxiety about it.
I know. I'm shaking off some rust right now.
It's okay.
I'm working through this. So it is Chris Crazy Legs Fonseca, Nyland Vigil on this one. I'm pretending like they didn't see us.
That's
I don't
We can
like it.
it.
I'm not editing shit. That sounds like work. So I just let all the mistakes, just let it roll. And a friend of mine, comedian Chris Wellman. How you doing over there?
Shaken.
Eddie Money. And Closet Guy is sitting in on this one just off frame.
You know, last week I kind of wanted to ask Chris to have a shaky handwriting contest because last week my hands were real shaky.
Oh, dude, you should get in on that too. That'll be
I have
awesome.
to like not take medicine for days. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's a process.
Your handwriting's good though?
Yeah, like having shaky hands. I worked on my handwriting like as a little kid.
Yeah.
like because I had terrible handwriting.
That's what I keep telling him to do. You have to work on your handwriting, and I keep forgetting to remind you.
I wrote my name earlier today.
It didn't get really good until I was like in my 20s though.
Really?
Yeah, it was just various versions of terrible to okay, legible.
I don't know if it's probably just because I used to paint all the time, but I have really good handwriting.
Are you ambidextrous?
No.
No?
I can do stuff with this hand that I can't do with this hand,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa, but I can't do everything with both hands.
Are we done with the intro?
I
I can't see myself, and
Why
I
did
like
you turn
va-
it back on? My God. No, I was gonna do it in reverse. Have the first 3 seconds be in video, and the rest of it just that picture.
Today's the Zany Backwards podcast.
But handwriting, because your handwriting's fucked up.
It's not so bad anymore. Like
No.
I space out my letters a little too much,
Mhm.
so it like words don't exactly look like they belong together. But I've been working on it. It's okay.
Yeah, all three of you.
Terrible.
I had terrible handwriting.
Yeah.
I have a problem though with my handwriting where I switch. Like I have maybe 5 different styles of handwriting, and I just switch between them. I'm not sure what
You
that
have
means.
different fonts?
Yeah, basically, I have fonts, but they're just on random when I'm writing.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like some weird head thing. I'm not sure what that means.
Do you
Mine's
ever-
not random, but I have several different fonts, I feel like, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have my pretty handwriting that's like, if I'm doing something at work and other people are going to see it, like, take your time.
Yeah. I have like is it cursive? Your
Uh-huh.
pretty handwriting?
No. Mine's all print. Like,
Okay.
I don't do a cursive.
I have two kinds of like script, and one of them is nicer, and the other one's like a doctor's note, just fast.
Just squiggly lines and bullshit.
But I wonder if that's some sort of messed up mental process in my head where I'll just all of a sudden notice or look back at the page and like half of this is in all caps, half of this looks like a doctor's note. Like I'm not sure where it changed. I just started.
It could
writing
be your
like
brain
that.
trying to focus. Like when you put on a podcast to clean or whatever,
Mm.
you could be changing fonts subconsciously to keep yourself on topic.
Different thoughts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Instead of from switching to the one thing to the next, it could just be your brain trying to keep itself busy while you write.
I should probably ask a doctor about this rather than you two. It's just dawning on me.
Probably.
No, I just keep putting my problems out there and hopefully
Someone's gonna catch it.
someone will have Google searched that before and can explain to me.
Did you watch, what was it, The Jinx on HBO, the one with Robert Durst?
No.
That's how they caught him, was handwriting.
Handwriting?
Well, that and, spoiler, left his microphone on as he was recording.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's like, I kill a lot of people.
Yeah, essentially.
Jesus. Wait, is that the politician?
No. Robert Durst, some old rich guy, and I guess he's murdered a couple people throughout the years
Holy crap.
and always gets away with it.
Until now.
Yep.
Moida. Oh.
Yeah, that guy's weirdo.
Like some people drink 3 cups of coffee, others murder people.
Yeah.
It's just weird things.
Well,
Different strokes.
I feel like the weirdest thing about him isn't the dress and that he was a mute old lady for a long time.
Yes.
It's just that he has a lot of money. Like
Yeah.
he could be Batman if he wanted to,
Yeah.
but that's instead what he chose to do.
Nah, just wants a quiet life. Just as a mute woman.
Well, I guess the voice would give you away as like is the only thing you couldn't put.
Yeah, he had a very man voice. It was very, I don't know, gravelly. Just sounded like a Muppet.
But I've met some old ladies with that kind of voice too.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between old lady smoker voice and like old man smoker voice.
Right. But it's one of those things I feel like I might not be able to tell. I don't know if that's because I'm dense, but to me I would have just been like, that old lady has a weird voice.
I think I picked up on it more just because I was military and I moved around a whole bunch, and so I would switch how I would talk to certain people. Like I did that at a very young age, and then when I grew up, I read somewhere that means you're a psychopath, and that's what Facebook told me.
So would you like gain accents? Like you would gain the
Would
power
you-
of an
Yeah.
accent
Yeah.
everywhere you went?
Yeah. I still do it. Like Ashley, my wife makes fun of me because, like, if I call and talk to my grandma or whatever, like my voice changes so much to like match hers and her cadence and her style of speaking. I do it like subconsciously. I don't
Weird.
think
it's like,
about it.
It's like a regional thing, like wherever you're at for the most part.
Kind of, because a lot of places like here, there's no Coloradan accent,
Uh-huh.
but
People
you
say
go to
it's
the
Oxford.
South, and yeah, they can tell you don't speak like we do.
I didn't think that there was any accent in Washington, but I guess I have a little bit of one. It only gets noticed every so often in certain words I say. And I
Like-
guess I speak like English. I say English. And
English?
I don't hear how that's wrong, and everyone else is like, that's terribly wrong. But I don't. It just sounds normal to me. Sounds the same way everyone else says it.
Because
Sounds weird.
you're saying angle,
Yeah.
pretty much like
Hey,
angle.
Nikki,
Yeah,
Why?
you just
Who
speak.
hurt you?
English.
It's English. But there's a bunch of other words I just can't remember what they are. But I will do, for some reason, I do a Boston accent when I'm in drive-thrus.
Why?
You did.
Why?
You did earlier
Did.
today, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just start doing it.
It just comes out naturally.
It's something about hanging halfway out of a truck yelling at someone that just makes me become Boston. Like, yeah, I want coffee. You just start doing that.
You need anything else? Nah.
Yeah, if I'm yelling at sad teenagers out of my truck, they go Boston all of a sudden.
Sad teenagers.
Yeah.
Cheer up.
There's no happy teenagers at McDonald's.
By the way, to be nitpicky, you always say, all of a suddenly.
All of a sudden, yeah, I say that.
And do you do that on purpose?
No, I wish I did. Wish I could. Actually, yes, I do. And all of a sudden, I changed my mind.
All of a sudden.
No, it's one of those things where I have multiple thoughts at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll think suddenly, and all of a sudden, it just gets all jumbled. That's why I'll start talking, and then I'll have to backpedal 3 sentences and start over again.
Let me make the words pretty
Yeah.
and understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're gonna have to start tattooing like special numbers on your body, like the dude from Memento, so that way you don't forget them.
Yeah.
Just so that way your dyslexia doesn't jumble it up.
Pretty much all of my codes and stuff that I use, passwords, they're all just shapes. Because I can't remember a number sequence. So it's like a shape of like a square or a circle or something. Like I have to remember the shape of it.
Can you remember your phone number?
Yeah. I remember my phone number. That one, I'm glad it's an easy number, but like if someone has to start me over, I have to take a breather for a minute and really work on it. They're like, what's the last 3 digits? And like I have to start over. I can't do it. I can't tell you in the middle of the number what it is.
Like that Hedberg pit. Just press 2 for a while.
Yeah. So, yeah, number sequences. I when I work out, when I'm in like one of these phases of my life where I'm going to the gym regularly, if you watch me like very closely, you'll notice some of my limbs get bigger than the others. And like move in and out that way because I can't count to 10. So I just do reps till I'm like, that feels like 10.
You're doing reps so wrong.
Wow.
And I'll just, like that feels like about 10. And sometimes I'll way overwork one arm for a week. And the other one I did like 3 and this one I did 30. And I'm like, I felt like 10 on both.
That's weird. Like that to me is even more weird. I was just reading something about like how when people go in like isolation, like prisoners or military people, if they're doing that, whatever. Anyways, they a lot of the times will just start counting out loud. So you have like one thing less to do if you ever get locked up.
Right.
Like, how are you going to stay sane, buddy?
I think I'm pretty good at staying sane now.
No.
Like I've had a lot
with
of
no stimulation.
Right. I've had a lot of practice with no stimulation, I think, and just being crazy. Like I'm aware of what's going on, where it's like, oh, this thing again. Like this is a rabbit hole I've been down plenty of times. So I'm still crazy, but I'm aware the entire time that I'm nuts. So there's some sort of sanity I'm holding on to. That
I just picture you making tick marks and then just not ever counting them. Like it's been that.
How long have you been in there? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't really know. I don't think I would keep track of any time or anything.
Oh, dude, that would probably drive you crazier.
Really, just not knowing.
No, just how long
your
you've been
time
in.
goes off too, like your natural clock, because a lot of the times it's just one permanent light that's on.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I wouldn't care, because I know it's going to go off.
Mm-hmm.
I know whatever I do, I'm not going to have an accurate reading of it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I only ask for what time it is when I'm late. Like when I have something to do. Otherwise, if I got nothing going on, no stimulus, I'm good. What has it been? 1 week, 2 weeks? I can't count to 10. What does it matter?
How many months in a year? More than 10.
Dude, that confuses the shit out of me.
Really?
Is what number to month?
Okay.
I get so confused. I jumble up the months past March. Like we're entering the part of the year where I'm going to be very confused until December, because I know that's 12. And it starts over.
And then it starts over.
You would think since you got the first 3, you would also get the last 3.
Yeah.
That way you're just missing half a year.
Yeah, no, after that it gets very confusing because I know January, February, March in numbers 1, 2, 3. That's easy, and then 12, and somewhere in between there, it's like if you ask me what was 8, it'd be like May.
When you were a little kid, how like quick did your parents just start drinking when trying to teach you numbers? They're like 1, 2, 3.
Sesame Street make you mad?
Yeah,
It always has, actually. Yeah, no, the count is a mortal enemy of mine.
he mocks you too. He laughs as he's doing it. Look what I could do, motherfucker!
No, I was put in special ed for a while because I couldn't read or count. And like I tried to play it off like I'm good now, like I don't need to be in special ed anymore. I'm holding the book upside down. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And found out later it's just dyslexia. And now after a lot of practice I manage it, but still, if you're what was that phone number? Like I have to look at it and write it down, double check it, and then look at what I wrote down and do it again. I can't do it from memory.
See, I have to do that same thing, but it's because I'm dumb. Not because I have dyslexia.
Yeah.
Thank God you live now, because if you lived 20 years ago, you would never get laid because you couldn't. Some girl write her number on your hand. You're like, oh, can't read that.
Exactly.
They'd have to draw a diagram of where to spin the dial.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
would still confuse me. I would, which number do I start with?
No, because I can remember shapes and stuff. It's like inside my head, there is always someone yelling out numbers. So if you ask me to remember a phone number and there's like a 6 or a 9 in it, I'm fucked. It's like 509 698 3459. It just starts going that way, where it's just random numbers from then on. 7s do that too. It's like 6, 7s, and 9s are the most fucked up. Sometimes a 4.
Yeah, mine's 4, 7, 6, 9.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I get 4s and 7s mixed up super easy, and then occasionally 6 and 9.
Huh. Yeah, no, 6 and 9 are probably the hardest for me, but 7 and 4 fuck with me sometimes.
Yeah. We complete each other. It's magical. Together we form someone who can't read a telephone number.
See, because I wonder how much of that is because I was basically diagnosed with dyslexia by a gym teacher, where he was like, "You can't read, we're shit," and I was like, "I wonder what that's called medically." But no, I was just a teacher was like, "Oh, like, you're dyslexic. That's what it is." And blah, blah, blah. Here, read this book. And I was like, that's mainly the problem. But it was about dyslexia.
There's a, I can't remember if it was a website or like a Mozilla browser feature, but where you can basically make your font dyslexic and the letters and numbers change periodically.
Really?
Like there's several of them per sentence. And it's like, it fucks around with you so bad.
Yeah, there's a book I got on dyslexia called The Gift of Dyslexia, and I read halfway through it before I realized the F was backwards on the front cover.
That's yeah. Just picture you like, oh,
that's exactly what I did.
This book is working. I could tell.
Yeah, already.
So did you do like Hooked on Phonics or anything like that as a kid then?
I read a lot of books and I wrote a lot. Just kind of like painstakingly did it. And now I kind of have a process that I go through. If someone is yelling numbers like act in real life, and now there's 2 voices and it just becomes fucking impossible. But but now I it just naturally like, okay, when this happens I do this to kind of get around the dyslexia when I'm writing, or sometimes I'll do it and I'll just keep going because I know I can read it, and so my notebooks are kind of written in code.
I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you crack the code?
Sometimes, but that's part of texting. I kind of hate texting because I speak like a nutbag, but over text I look fucking insane because I have such a hard time spelling that, especially when I'm tired, I just give up and just start. They'll know what I mean.
That's the one advantage a smartphone has is you could do that talk to text option.
Yeah,
You could just speak the words.
but like I said, I already speak like a dumb fuck, so See, I'm struggling for words right now.
Yeah, but you speak more coherently than you write sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I was using. You can ask Andrew. I was using speak to text for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I was only using that, and I would send text messages just because I didn't want to go back and edit them. So it's just whatever I said. So I would send people messages that would be like, yeah, I'll be there in 15 minutes. No, I don't want a fucking coffee. Fuck you. And then just send that. But Andrew I was going to write at his house, help him write a sketch or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he got, like, I forgot to turn off the talk to text thing. And he got like a 5-page message thing of me yelling at someone in my car. And
just swearing, just
Yeah.
all the road rage.
And
And
then-
just a series of fucks.
yeah, and the talk to text thing would beep out my curse words.
Yeah. That
So-
drives me crazy.
Yeah. So it was mostly stars, that message. But then in between would be like monkey, blah, 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 blah.
Monkey.
McDonald's, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's just like random words and then a bunch of stars.
That freaking drives me crazy because there should be an option to switch it to like full on swearing.
Yeah.
Because that's how people talk.
Be a goddamn adult.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, Google, and your talk to text.
Right.
Censoring me.
Yeah.
Was
I
this
don't, I don't
church?
want to send that text. I want to star you so hard. That's not sexy.
That'd be great if there was like a Christian version of that where it switches all the swear words to like the Jesus swear words.
The Ned Flanders.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Ned Flanders.
Oh, howdy doodly.
That would have been an awesome like GPS navigation voice, Ned Flanders.
That would make me so fucking mad.
They did Morgan Freeman for a while.
Really?
Yeah, because I downloaded that. It made me feel like a spy.
I need to get one of those GPS systems. I feel like that's the only thing I would use, because even when I had smartphones, the GPS on it would suck, and I'd get so angry at it.
Really?
They're way better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's the other reason why I don't have a smartphone or some of these technologies, because I also don't have money. Like, in order for technology to work, you need to have enough money to get the technology that works, which I can't afford.
But there's people in like third world countries like on an iPhone.
I know. I can't do that. It's too above my pay grade.
They're like calling in, yes, we need some rice and beans. We need some aid relief.
Yeah. But is there GPS systems? I didn't think there was
Mhm.
roads.
No. There's GPS would still work.
Why am I sending eight cents a month? GPS and roads, aren't they fine? They're doing better than me at this point. They can afford iPhones.
Well, it's because their infrastructure. It was cheaper for them to just skip right to cell phones than it
Yeah.
was because the satellites are already up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just rather than building actual telecom system and
Mm-hmm.
all that.
I think where I'm at, I could afford maybe an iPhone 3
Ooh.
if I really wanted. I don't know what they're up to now, but I remember seeing an iPhone 3 and I'm like, that's just about in my price range.
I think you could definitely afford it. You can find them cheap at like pawn shops and
Yeah.
other places I'm sure you frequent.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing, though, is I can't hook up an iPhone to Ting, which is all I use because it's all I can afford too.
Right.
So it's only the Sprint service.
But you can with an Android.
Yeah. I totally could with an Android, and then I could scream at it all the time. Because that's what I did with my last Android phone, is I would just scream at it constantly, and then it would die, and I'd scream more.
Why are you dead?
Yeah.
I know, because like you listen to 2 Chainz for 4 hours, and then it dies, and you can't call up work and say you can't come in because you've been smoking weed for 5 hours.
I haven't had that problem.
No? Okay. Maybe you're an adult.
You got your life together a little bit more.
Right. But that was the thing is,
Does
my
2
phone...
Chainz have 4 hours worth of work?
No, but you can listen to his 1 hour worth of work 4 times. The point being is when I had a smartphone, it would bother me with shit that I didn't know or want or put it on there. I used my brother's phone to make a call, and it popped up with, would you like to check out Melania Trump's new jewelry line? And I showed him. I was like, why the fuck is this on here? He's like, stuff like that just pops up. And I was like, and you're okay with that? Like, you're fucking okay with I'm trying to make a call, and it wants me to see Melania Trump's new jewelry line?
Who's
like,
Melania Trump?
wait, which one is the wife?
Melania. Melania.
Melania is not a fucking name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another made-up word, Chris.
It's some made-up
Really Russian.
nonsense.
It's really Russian.
Yeah, they're not. Whatever it is.
They're straight up silly. I'm sure there's like an R in there or something.
You know what? I think I'm thinking of Selena.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah. Or no, Selena the
I often
Spanish
confuse her
singer.
for the first lady.
The first lady in my life.
And just picture going over to your house now and you have a cutout
I
of both, probably.
Right, no problem.
I was at a show where Carlos Mencia did a joke about Selena.
Yeah.
He was like, too bad she died, 'cause I wanted to fuck her. He didn't know her dad was in the audience.
Oh, shit.
Like, me and Pablo Francisco had to grab her dad to keep from killing Mencia.
Oh my gosh. Did he get to the stage? Because I know Pablo doesn't know directions, and you're not so good with holding people down.
Yeah.
He got pretty close.
Oh my gosh. That I wonder how, like, if like that dude has to deal with that being a thing with his daughter in the public eye. Is like, people gonna want to fuck your daughter. That's part of it.
I think that's just part of being a dad and having daughters, isn't it?
Right, but I mean on a more massive scale.
Oh, yeah.
Than normal. You don't have, like, you were worried about the 3 dudes she has interest in at high school. How about like
All the dudes in all the high schools.
all the dudes in all the high schools. Every other dude that a dad is worried about also wants to fuck your daughter.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
You shouldn't be worried about it as a dad, though. That shouldn't be one of your like top priorities.
If you think about it, you're just gonna drive yourself insane.
Right.
Insanity.
Then there's probably some douchebag narcissist dad's like, of course they want to.
Have you seen that shit?
I made that. Look at it.
She wasn't my daughter. I'd fuck her.
Yeah, someone's got to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be in that position.
Well, you don't have any kids.
Yeah, I don't. You're right.
Oh, ha.
I have 3 daughters,
Yeah.
and it's weird enough for them, like, not being famous, but
Yeah.
yeah, if they were famous, that would, like, add to it, like,
Yeah.
tenfold.
Like, how much do just female comedians you've worked with have to deal with that? You guys come up and like, I didn't hear a word you said. I was hammered, but I would like to screw you in the green room. I feel like that would happen a lot.
I feel like that's a very straightforward approach.
Yeah, it's very straightforward.
I don't see what's
I am
wrong with that.
condensing. I am condensing more of a thought and a couple hours of conversation into one phrase.
Oh,
but-
they would have a couple hours of conversation. That drunk guy that showed up at her show and didn't
Yeah.
listen to her.
But I feel like that would be a more common occurrence than it would be for guys.
What? I don't think she's funny, but maybe she'll touch my dick.
Yeah, just because she was on stage. By virtue of a girl being on stage, more guys would want to fuck her.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. If you heard what she said or not.
Yeah. I mean, it usually works the exact opposite way as well with guys and girls. Guys on stage.
Do you think as much though?
Yeah, because you're something different. You're on stage. You're doing something unique at that point. Something that obviously attracts people, especially comedy. You're funny. You could play an instrument and do this with your hair. Cool. That's neat.
Yeah, I never got laid more than when I was playing music.
Yeah.
You're the shiny thing on stage. They love the shiny things on stage.
Oh yeah, they do.
Have you ever
Is that
tried?
why you asked me to polish up your wheelchair, Chris?
Put reflectors on it.
Yep.
Yeah, go across the stage and just watch them follow you. Just in a conga line. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Lucky
when
bastard.
that started happening I remember when that started happening for stand-up as well, that I would start to get laid for doing stand-up, and I was kind of like, why? Like, I thought it was something else.
Maybe it's your style of humor.
Yeah? Oh, really? You think that's attractive? Is my style of humor talk about dead babies all the time?
Talk about your mental illness and
Yeah.
why doesn't anyone want to fuck me? I promise I won't wake up in the middle of the night and find you dead.
No, that's part of why I didn't understand. Like, I would get laid for doing stand-up, and I'd be like, I just, for 10 minutes, just talked about screaming in the middle of the night.
Because they're all crazy, dude. And you're just like, it makes them feel better because you're
Right.
slightly as crazy as they are.
Yeah.
Good point.
I feel like I've kind of broken that trend.
Of the crazies?
With the crazies later on. Because, like, women
Oh,
are
no.
less crazy.
You never break
They
that.
never break that trend. Well, they're hiding it better, I think, then. Because it's not as obvious.
They're getting
now.
craftier.
It's okay to get medication nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. You hide down. You just. I guess they're better at pushing that crazy down because I'm used to like date one, and like now I can go a couple months before signs start to appear.
Well, that's your problem. You're dating Rolf from the Muppets.
Yeah. How long have you and Ashley been married? It's been a while now. You just had an anniversary.
Since 2009, so 7 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
That
remember.
one picture on Facebook, you look like you were 7.
I know. Couldn't even drink at my own wedding. I mean, I did, but
That's
not
great.
legally.
Were you 7?
Yeah, pretty much. It was I was 20. She was 19.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, that's early. I don't think I'll have the maturity to marry somebody until I'm like a corpse.
Who says you need maturity? I just went to the high school and I was like, this one's good. I'll take it.
I will take her, please. Give her
Just
to
through
me.
the yearbook and
What I did is I cut out their pictures from the yearbook, put it on a giant wheel,
Yeah.
and spun it.
right. The only way I've managed thus far to have any sort of healthy relationship is to kind of not really have one.
What?
Is to kind of be like, yeah, let's hang out, and then I'm gonna leave. And people are very nice to you because they don't hold you to any standard because you're not really dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's as close as I can get. I personally before. Like I really upset people, and then you throw things.
We can we can either be friends or I can fuck this up.
Exactly.
your choice.
Yeah, exactly. No, I saw this one girl, and she was like, "I want to date, like be boyfriend and girlfriend date." And I was like, "So you notice how I'm late a lot, and sometimes I don't respond for weeks, and then I come back with a bunch of weird pictures with me with zoo animals, and like I do weird shit all the time." And I'm late often. And she was like, I don't care about any of that. I still want to date. And I was like, how much would that all bother you if we were actually dating? because that's not going to change. And she was like, yeah, actually, that would piss me off. I was like, exactly. Do you want to date this? Are you sure? Or is it just really nice now because there's no one's holding each other?
You drive me crazy being late.
Yeah, I'm late to your place all the time.
I was raised by late parents.
Really?
And that drove me crazy as a kid. Because they're like, be ready at 8. The only exception was school. School, I didn't care. If I missed the bus, oops, right. I guess I can't go to school today.
When I'm with my parents, I'm on time on purpose just to spite them. Because they're like that, where...
Late?
Yeah. Or the worst is when we're all leaving somewhere to go somewhere. Because then my family will be like, all right, come upstairs right now so we can walk out the door. And then I'll already have my shoes off and I'll just stand at the door for 20 minutes the whole time, just getting angrier and angrier. Like, look, I'm on time. Look, I'm on time. You, the person who told me to be here right now, isn't fucking here for a half hour.
That drove me crazy as a kid. Because it's like, all right, get ready. And I'm sitting like by the door. Mm-hmm. For way too long. Yeah.
God forbid you get tired and get up to get a glass of water, because that's when they all run out the door and like, where the fuck were you?
I like that was weird considering the fact that we didn't have cell phones back then. Like I would just instantly, like, as like the next 5 minutes went by, turn into a bucket of rage because I had nothing to distract me and I'm standing by a door. But now I have a cell phone and everything's cool.
Right, I don't like the distraction of it either. That it can, like, I guess, take my my presence of being here. Like Candy Crush can just take away an hour from me. Where I didn't know where I was.
Yeah, but that's Candy Crush. I'm like doing Reddit and
I know
getting lost in Wikipedia.
I just don't think that it should be so consuming.
Why?
It concerns me.
Why?
He's afraid of technology.
I mean, it is
smarter than him.
It is some kind of like instant gratification, but as long as you're using it to gratify, I guess, good things.
It just makes me feel like a monkey pushing a button for a cookie. I don't enjoy, even when I'm learning something or even accomplishing something good, it makes me feel weird that I have to go, that I pull out the phone to feel better, that it's what I do. Like my laptop has my sex drive. Like I
gave it to it.
Yeah, I basically did. I gave my laptop my sex drive to the point where I would be fucking someone in real life and thinking about some porn I saw on the laptop. The laptop completely controlled my sexual identity.
You need to fuck more interesting people, I guess.
Well, I just outsourced that. Like when, what is it? When like you're pooping and she's pooping and you're both barking like dogs. What's more interesting than that? And still I'm not present. Like I'm in my head thinking of some other disgusting shit I saw on the internet. But like I so completely outsourced my sexuality to the laptop. Where I was like, oh, if I'm gonna jack off, I need my computer. Like, you know that's what? Fucked up.
The more you're going on and on, I'm glad you don't have the smartphone. I've changed my position. Just 180'd it.
I just don't like that. I'm trying to stay off porn just because I don't like what is it? The laptop having such a control over my sexuality. It's mine.
But at the same time, your sexuality, like, it only goes in one direction. You don't regress. You only keep going forward into more devious, fucked up shit.
Well, I think that's part of it is you can regress, but it takes time. It's like losing weight as opposed to gaining it. You can gain weight if you want to. It's easy.
I've tried.
Not for you, maybe for me, but it is. It's easy for me to eat 3 pizzas, and then like it takes a couple weeks to work that off.
Yeah,
it's the same. I think for porn, at least in my experience, where you can spend 2 hours jerking off of porn, but it takes like 5 weeks to get back to a part where just tits excite you. So that hasn't done anything for me in like a decade.
Just tits.
Mm-hmm.
You mean you don't just go to Google and type boobs?
No.
when you want to jerk off?
No.
Happy boobs.
I'll put other words in there. I've Googled car with boobs a number of times. For some reason, that search does something for me.
Car with boobs?
Yeah. If you just if you just go into Google, I couldn't watch porn anymore because there's too much even just the porn site is too regular for me. It got boring just to see all the ads and stuff. It just bummed me out. So I just went to Google Images and I would put in a couple words and then whatever came up would usually be good enough. Like first couple searches were just women crying. You see, there's only so many YouTube videos of that are hot. Like some of them are just sad. But after a while, you just put in like a random word generator, like car with boobs, whatever you can think. I put in crying redhead eggplant. That one was a good one. Hitler usually makes his way in there a lot. If you're trying to think of a random word search just off the top of your head, Hitler's going to be in there about 40% of the time. Not a lot of good Hitler porn, though. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, the Holocaust bums me out when I got my dick out. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I don't know. I just think about the gas chambers and the screams and.
Oh, really? I just thought his
again.
mustache was weird. You see a girl with that mustache, it kills my boner.
Dude with that mustache that kills your boner. All I'm picturing now is it like tickling you, like as it goes in for a kiss, and you like trying to. No, not now.
Do you remember? Did you see that Bill Burr bit when he's yelling at Hitler in the woods?
No, I didn't. I probably did see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did see it if it's on his last special.
Yeah, he talked about like if Hitler was just your buddy, like you couldn't take him out to bars because he'd always be freaking out. And
oh, that's right, because he also went into the fact like Stalin killed way more people, but still everyone, Hitler's the ceiling.
Yeah, but he had Hitler as like maybe if you're in the woods to cover your buddies, but you'd still take him aside and yell at him. He's like, come on, man, just be a wingman for once in your fucking life. Shave your face. You look fucking ridiculous. Either grow a mustache or don't.
Commit, damn it.
Yeah, commit.
Wish I could grow a mustache.
My facial hair is like super puby and patchy. It's like real stringy and it doesn't grow.
Yeah, you
like,
look weird.
in any good place, like whatsoever, just my neck.
Mine's red.
I would have thought I would know more guys by now that can grow beards. Like when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have thought at 30, most people could grow a beard.
See,
but that does not seem to be the case.
That's what my dad used to say is, you'll grow one by the time you hit 30. And I'm 28. And I'm like, it's got a lot of catching up to do in these next... This last year and a half.
You're going to have a crazy, like, Twilight Zone level growth spurt at 29 and a half where it just, like, every time you close your eyes, it's, no!
Just keeps growing.
Just 30 years of denied hair growth.
Yeah, deny. It's all built up.
Right.
It's like a hose that's pinched. It's just been building up, and then dam's gonna break.
I get like a Spanish, like a guy on a boat with one of those metal hats, like a pith helmet, but I'm metal. And I sail on a boat and I kill native villages. I have that look when I try to grow out facial hair. I look like that dude. You know the dude I'm talking about? I look like him.
I have no idea, but this is a very interesting description of a hypothetical beard man.
No, okay, so Spanish dude puts on a metal helmet and a metal breastplate, right? He gets on a big boat, got a naked lady carved in wood out the front, right?
Right.
And then he sets across the sea, washes up somewhere.
Metal helmet like a conquistador?
Yeah,
style?
conquistador. That's what I'm trying to think of. But I didn't know how to describe that word.
They had pretty luscious mustaches from every piece of art I've seen.
I get that. I get the mustache, but then a neck beard, and it doesn't connect.
I'm sorry. See, mine's just here-ish, and even then, it's still pretty barren.
You get like a shitty Hogan.
Yeah, I have no sideburns. I've never met another adult man that didn't have sideburns. Like nothing grows here.
Nothing grows.
I don't have to shave it, and I often don't.
No, I have to like most of my hair grows there where I have to shave like the side of my head every time I shave.
You're just all crooked. It's like up here on one side and down here on the other.
Exactly. How do you shave? Do you like have Edward Scissorhands number or something?
Exactly. It is a process.
It's a process.
Yeah. Especially the sideburn.
Yeah.
You know, like everything else in electric razor
Right.
is fine.
The
but-
sideburns hard.
Yeah,
You do look like you have crazy old man ear hair, but on your sideburns.
right, exactly.
I guess that's a lot better than having ear hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a distance, I might think it's that.
Oh, it's just his sideburns.
If I saw you rolling down a hill far way off, I might think, I bet that's out of his ears.
Why does he have to be rolling down a hill? And why are you so observant about his ear hair as he's tumbling over?
Exactly. Help me!
I would, but you got all that ear hair. I've deemed you unworthy at this point.
I have weird thoughts when people yell stuff like help.
Like, what are your thoughts?
If I'm outside and then someone like 2 campsites down is like help, for some reason my brain will all of a sudden go like, how did the Indians tell the time by where the sun was?
Start thinking of the wrong survival skills.
Yeah, no, it'll just be suddenly, all of a sudden.
Well, I was thinking you were just misreading the problem too. Like someone screaming help because their foot's broken and there's a bear off in the distance. You're like,
Right.
they need to know the time.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah,
means
that's-
I got to remember how to
must
do
be-
this shit.
right. No, I feel pretty good in panic, danger situations. It's all the other stuff.
So I'm good when there's a risk of life and limb.
Yeah.
But
It's when I can't find a pen.
Getting
I just
coffee?
melt down. Yeah. Oh my god, that's the worst. Because I can't. It's a vicious circle of like I need to remember to get coffee, but I can't remember shit because I haven't had coffee. So I stand in my kitchen for 5 minutes, have to go back downstairs and come back up, and then I've forgotten again.
that happens a lot.
It'd be an hour process in the morning that I could spend jerking off. I'm very angry.
It's an hour I could be looking at Hitler porn.
Yeah, exactly. Also, yeah, another reason I'm trying to be off porn.
Because it cuts into your forgiving about coffee
Right.
time.
Yeah, exactly. No, because you have to load up one video of someone like being strangled in order to get an erection, but then you have to have another video saved when you come. But then if that one doesn't work, then you just have to load up audio files of like bees' wings, in order
That's-
to finish the job.
That's too intense.
It takes too long.
yeah,
It's a
no
whole
wonder.
day process.
No wonder. Yeah, video editing. You need multiple screens.
Yeah. No, I have I hooked up multiple screens for that purpose. It's because you can't. You can only fit 2.
This
videos
one's the
on
choking
one
screen.
My
This one's the
day
coming
was
screen.
masturbating 5 miles to school. Uphill.
That's pretty.
You know
great.
what's easier? Using your imagination.
Right?
That can change instantly.
Yeah. No, that thing is a nightmare.
Yeah. Why leave it up to that?
Right.
I don't miss those days.
No.
Imagination days.
Imagination days.
Like I like childhood imagination, yes.
You know
but
what?
like
Yeah.
14-year-old
saying.
me trying to jerk off imagination was just I got bored with myself. I'm like, I need to spread my wings here.
I need to outsource this problem because there are people better at this than me.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. I did when I got off porn. I started writing a book about a housewife that was fucked up, and I stopped writing it because I knew she died at the end, but I don't want to find out how. Porn will do weird things to you.
You can make a story however you want.
No, the story writes itself. I don't know.
Sometimes.
That's how I write. Is like I'm also watching it, and it'll just go. But then I'm like, she's gonna get murdered. I know that's how this ends. The way you would if you watched a movie.
Yeah, but you can just make it not.
If there's a twist in it, it'll also occur to me. Like at the time.
Well,
Like I'll write it moment to moment as if I was watching it.
and then she did this.
Yeah.
Then she went to the store and then she got murdered.
Yeah, I don't think about plot or anything or in advance. It's just as I see it in my head, I write it down.
That's weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Writing's always easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
It used to drive me crazy because when we first started going to college, Ashley and I would help her write her English papers, and she's the type of person that needs a perfect sentence before she can move on to the next sentence.
Really?
And I'm like, this is going to drive me insane.
Yeah.
Just write it, and then if there's parts that need fixed, go back and fix it.
Yeah.
Just write everything down and then fix it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Yeah, that almost makes me anxious.
I mean, I got her an A in English 1 and 2 because I did all her work for her.
Yeah, I like I said, most of my notebooks are in code. Sometimes it's just incoherent, but I know what I meant, so it doesn't matter.
Of course, a square with a triangle means murder.
Exactly. I have all kinds of codes, but for writing, if I've ever written on a laptop, it's mostly red.
Can you sound any more like a psychopath other than going, I have a bunch of secret codes made of myself?
Notebooks. Yeah. But yeah, I've done the Nanowrimo a couple of times, and I might have told you this, that I make the word count, but I only write maybe one chapter because I spend the rest of the words like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
You piece of garbage thought you could write Nanowrimo this year.
I know, exactly. I write that for 50,000 words, and that just comes so naturally to me.
A chapter and then self-loathing.
But all of it's misspelled. All of it's some of it's in all caps. Some of it's in italics. It's just at random. I don't know how I do it, but yeah, no. If your wife saw some of my writing, she'd probably pull her hair out.
She'd probably just get anxiety looking at the page.
How does your brain function? How do you get through the day?
How do you write? Do you hunt and peck like Hunter S. Thompson?
Kind of. I mean,
Kinda.
I've been typing since I was like 8 or 9, so
Really?
yeah.
You had a computer that long ago? Or word
A
processor?
typewriter.
Okay.
Don't know.
I was going to say, you notice he said typing, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what you
Yeah.
did. You learned typing.
Yeah.
Learn typing.
Yeah,
I just assumed it was a different thing because I've only ever thought of word processor as typing.
This was the 70s.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So when did you finally get a word processor?
Well, they came out like in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
So before then, it was just typewriter.
Huh. So did you always write that way, or did you write by hand sometimes?
I work by hand sometimes, but mostly on
Primarily
the
on the typewriter.
typewriter.
Okay. Did you have any problems changing ribbons and loading paper?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was awful.
Loading paper's got to be a bitch with your
Yeah.
condition.
Oh, yeah.
Just a bunch of squish pages.
Paper jam, paper jam.
Type onto a bar napkin.
Have you ever typed on a typewriter?
No.
Like it's weird.
I would
First
like
of all,
to try it, but
the keys are heavy and tiny at the same time. Like I remember
Okay.
doing it as a kid, like a little kid, like 4 years old. My parents, before we had our first computer, just trying to type,
yeah.
and then I would get really bored, really quick.
I would like to try it. I'm always interested in different methods of writing and how they engage my brain, because I'll get from a different method. I'll start thinking differently and write differently. So that might be an interesting. Maybe I do my best writing on typewriter. I don't know.
The clickety clacks might help you stay on topic too.
Yeah.
Help you get into a rhythm. Because I was just thinking about that. It's that might help. That might be what people get addicted to with typewriters.
Or I'll just do the
rhythm,
NaNoWriMo thing and just start writing clickety clackety clickety.
Jambalaya, jambalaya.
Jambalaya, jambalaya.
What's that?
Do you want to explain it?
Go ahead. You're probably better at it.
No, I don't even remember what it was.
I had for an hour. I was I had a trigger, and I had to keep telling myself, "You're not that person anymore. You're not that person anymore." And I was telling Nyland that, and he's like, "I don't know how you can do that, dude. Because after about 20 seconds, my brain would just go straight to jambalaya, jambalaya, jambalaya. Like you can't focus on it."
No, I can't. I can't do it.
You can't focus on thoughts.
No.
You can't keep them in there.
Well, it's the repetitive thought. It's the even at my worst or most depressed, where it's like, I'm gonna kill myself. Eventually, like some dude will come by with a weird hat and a cart and offer me ice cream. But like in here, not in real life. Like I'm in my bedroom crying, but that happens in here, and he'll be like, "You want Menudo ice cream?" I'm like, that's rad, but it can't stay on one thought for more than 10 seconds.
I wish that were true. I get into the thought loops way
Yeah.
too often.
I do loops too.
Yeah.
Loops they suck.
Yeah.
What's a loop?
It's usually, I think, more tied to anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
but just like you'll essentially repeat stuff or think the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
Oh, okay.
That's why when you'll see me freaking out, I'll put my headphones in, because that's when I start getting freaked out about it. Like I could go for a little while like on the same thought, but once it starts to scare me, I'm like, okay, I got to put my music in, so it'll distract me,
Okay.
whatever, and then I like tend to be in a better mood. But yeah, I loop all the time like crazy. It's just constantly there. About anything too. It could be whatever.
By the way, sometimes you want to have a weird random guest.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Haskins, who played Mr. Belding, the principal on Saved by the Bell, is a friend of mine.
Really?
He's still
Yeah.
alive.
Is he around here?
No, but I talk to him all the time.
Oh, okay.
On Facebook.
Where is he at?
He's in LA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. I'm still waiting for my computer to be built. It's taken a while and making me edge, but
Is that why we're looking for that cord?
no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
actually that computer might work too, so I'm
Oh,
So are
Trying to
you
get
building
that one
it
up running.
yourself?
No, I'm having my stepdad build it. And
Oh.
he's a computer guy for Raytheon.
They're really easy because
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. I'm saving up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy one, build it.
Yeah, I just know I have no right to ask to speed it up because I did my end of the bargain for the computer. Like I was way late on it. So I can't say like, hey, could you hurry up? But I really want it to hurry up. So
I need my gratification now.
right. Well, I want to be able to do this podcast with a computer that can handle some shit. Like I have it set to the maximum amount of shit it can handle. Like that's all of it. If like I had one other text thing written on there earlier, and that's when it was lagging.
Oh,
Yeah. Like that's all my laptop can handle. But I want to do things like set up a video call on this so we can talk to people or guests directly from the table. But I have to wait for that computer.
all right. That shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, just shitload of RAM, essentially.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it a monster so it can handle that shit. But it was right after I started, I realized, oh, I'm gonna run like a worldwide internet podcast off my 5-year-old laptop.
Might need to upgrade.
Yeah, I might need to upgrade.
He said he would do it sometime this summer.
That would be awesome.
So,
Yeah, I'll make sure I get that set up so we can do that because that sounds awesome. I'll have to brush up on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, because if he walked in right now, I'd probably have a panic attack because I'm like, I have nothing. Nothing. I've never even
Nothing.
watched the show.
Yeah. We'll probably get Screech in here too. He's here like 8 times a year, right?
Yeah, he is. Homeboy stays on tour.
He's a weird I guess case is the right way to put it for me, where it totally started out as a joke, where it was funny just to be like, hey, Screech is at Looney's. it just made me laugh. But now he's been doing it a little long enough and been on the road so long.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, he's like a comic. Like it's not just like a actor like trying to.
Have you ever
branch off
seen
a
his
little
act?
thing. No.
Me neither.
Yeah, me neither. But I could probably, if I saw it and it wasn't dog shit, respect like a comic at this point. But it's weird that it moved so long into, like, how long does Steve-O have to do stand-up before I would just think of him as a stand-up?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Right?
Because did you ever see his new special? I didn't.
Steve-O's?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he had a special.
Yeah, he was recording it. That's why he was on Rogan like a couple of months back.
Oh, shit. No, I'll have to watch that, see what it is.
Well, he was recording it back then. I'm not sure if it's aired. That's why I was asking more than anything.
Is Steve-O Steve Odenkirk?
No, it's the guy from Jackass.
Okay. But is that the same guy?
I don't know what his actual name is.
No. I don't know what his actual name is either, but it's not Steve Odenkirk. I don't think.
Okay. Because Steve Odenkirk is a comic and has been for a long time.
No.
This
Steve-O's
guy-
from Jackass.
Okay.
Yeah, he just started stand-up, like officially stand-up a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Not that
Not stapling my nuts to my leg anymore.
long.
I'm telling jokes tonight, folks.
Yeah, I think that was his opener, is he would staple his nuts to his leg.
It's called the butterfly.
He called it the butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I seen that.
Why
I seen that
didn't
trick.
I try that?
Just picture the staple gun missing.
Yeah.
Steve-O needs 2 staples. Chris will just give him the whole clip just in case.
How I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this question. I've seen people go up on stage and want to do well so badly, and usually that makes it go terrible.
Oh, of course.
But like I've seen them try so hard with shit material and do crazy shit just to try and get it to go well. Like they're not playing the right game.
Yeah. Were you there I think you were that night at Zodiac when the guy just went off about his like weird sex fantasies and how he can make like 4 women come at once.
Was that the guy in the jacket with
Yep,
the sunglasses?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
We've
that
talked
fucker?
We've talked about him before on this podcast.
Oh, you have?
With Sarah, about how like he was just the epitome of what a civilian might think a comedian was if they told you to go do stand-up, because he had the rolled up jacket sleeves and the sunglasses and the sneakers. Like he had exactly, if he had did that on purpose, I would have thought he was a genius. But it was so
I think
so
this
bad.
guy had more trench coat like jacket rather than and he had really short hair.
I thought he was
I don't
bald. I remember him.
It could have been
was
bald.
but
Yeah, that fucker.
yeah, point at that guy.
That was like, I need to leave the room now because this is making me violently uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, I've had that where I've just stood up in front of somebody and like signaled everyone to go out and smoke. Like I can't do this.
Just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just do this a bunch of times as you're walking
Yeah.
out.
Because it'll be a room full of people that want to be polite and don't want to like just making eyes at each other like, oh my God.
This is horrible.
And I'll be the only one like, I don't have to sit through this and stand up. And then that gives everyone the cue. Be like, oh yeah, you're right. We don't. This guy's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask what specifically what's the worst you've seen? Because I've seen some pretty bad, but I haven't been doing it nearly as long. Anything come to mind?
There was a guy in Denver. His name was Arthur Castillo.
Arthur Castillo.
And he would do like parody songs, but like they didn't really. I mean, he would do like Ralph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a big dick.
Just trying to dice clay it, basically.
Dice clay it with Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Wrote a million years ago.
Yeah.
Roten.
Right. But and he was so bad that they would put him on at the end of every open mic night.
Really?
And I'm like,
Clear
oh,
out the room.
Well, all the comics would come in because it was so horrible that, you know.
That's an extra level of suck.
He thought he was a superstar.
Oh my god.
Like we would all come watch him.
Oh, that's great. What is it about people that suck think they're amazing?
It's a delusion,
Yeah.
essentially. Like a delusion of grandeur. Like, I'm better than I really am.
Yeah. Because everyone I know that's good is like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of my loops all the time. It's like, I'm a phony. I'm not a good comic. What am I doing? I'm pretending. They all know.
I told someone, because I'll run off stage and go outside and have a cigarette, and someone asked me why I just ran out so quick to have a cigarette. And I was like, I need to go through the process of getting off stage and going, I'm a fraud, and then I can go back in and talk to people.
We should just put a mirror at the back of every club, just in the smoking section, so
Right.
comics can come up and yell at it,
Yeah.
get it out of their system, and then have a good night.
But I don't know what it is the people, the riches I've met are like think they're amazing, and they never get better.
I have no idea. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's people who don't listen to themselves, I think, and don't listen to the audience.
Well, like how, I mean, I would like to, the way a therapist would want to take acid to feel what it's like to be crazy. I would like to experience what laugh ears are like for a month and see how totally that would ruin my world.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it for a month. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go
'Cause
hardcore.
Because even when I bomb and I'm like super self-conscious, like I said, it's the loop, and then like I can't imagine it being actually worse.
Well, that's the point, is you hear laughs that aren't there. So every time you go up on stage, like you get carried out of the room in your mind.
Killed it.
Killed
They put
it.
me on their shoulders like Rudy.
Yeah. And it was just another rich set. Same 8 people, 1 new drunk.
One new drunk. Same 8 people, 1 new drunk.
Yeah.
My first album. They yeah, I just it would send me into a panic thinking about trying to get into that mentality.
Mhm. Of like, just I'm great.
Yeah. Yeah. I did too much acid and mushrooms when I was
Yeah.
a young teenager.
Yeah, I when I do stand up, I notice before, even when I've been confident, I'll work myself into a state of panic, just because I know when I go up on stage confident is usually when I bomb,
Yeah.
because I don't have the nerves to drive me to actually work and try. Like, I got this, and then I lay back, and then I bomb terribly. Like, what happened?
Where did it go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. That like there's a big difference though between being comfortable and like being like super confident.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm oftentimes comfortable on stage even if I'm not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, confident, different story.
Yeah, I'll get uncomfortable if it's not going well, but I hide it all right, I think.
Yeah.
I can't go as big. You know what I mean? Like, if you hadn't seen me before, you wouldn't notice. But if you'd seen how big I can go and then how much I recede, you know?
Fair point.
I have a problem with receiving
What?
all the time. Like I'll be in a mood or a state where like I'm super talkative, and just out of nowhere, it doesn't have to be anything big or like special, but I'll just recede into me, and then just not talk for like an hour. It's weird. I don't know why it happens, but yeah, it just fucking.
Is that like an anxiety thing?
I think so, yeah. I think it's because I start to overthink what I'm saying, because I go on rants that mean absolutely nothing. And I'm like, oh, I'm saying interesting things. And
Up
it's
top,
like, no,
that's
you're
what you
not.
tell yourself. Oh, look, we're talking, guys. Everyone stay cool. We're talking.
No, I do. I have to pep talk myself up in my head, or else everything that
Nod,
comes out is
smile.
garbage. Yeah, yeah, or yeah. So that's my default, is to just go like mouth like a little open with the tongue type thing. Just smile at the end of their jokes and repeat the last 3 words. They'll think you're paying attention.
When you make the dumb face. I used to have a problem with making a terrible dumb face when I would play guitar.
You do.
Yeah. Like, please do this face for me.
Like when I'm really
for the viewing audience.
When I'm really trying to learn something or figure something out, it takes all of my brain power, which is very little. And then like I've drooled on myself before, where I'll just.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
It's like watching a body go in, like watching someone's mind go into a computer, and then their body is like left a husk, like what the dude in Tron looked like the entire time he was in Tron, like at his desk.
I just picture you like Hawkinging it.
Yeah,
Stephen Hawkinging it.
I pretty much do that when I play bass.
Yeah.
But the magic that comes out of it is fantastic.
Right. Once I've learned something, I can perform it with my mouth closed. But when I'm figuring it out, I have to, like, I see notes in my head, like Rain Man or some shit, and have to figure out which pattern to go with.
Your mouth closes like slightly more as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that big final moment.
Yeah. No, it really makes you feel dumb when you're trying to cook eggs and you're drooling on yourself because it was too much.
Well, Ashley used to leave her mouth open all the time.
Yeah.
Like just watching TV, or you start talking during it. And I'm like, why are you doing that with your face? Stop it.
That's great.
I have a real problem with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the bottom part of my mouth will just open on its own, and I don't notice it. And people are like, "Why? Yeah, like, why are you doing that? You look really stupid." Just Jack Nicholson from The Shining 24/7.
Yeah.
Tape up my bottom half of my jaw.
Now, I wonder if there's a way to measure that. Like how much information, if I set up one of those room full of TVs, like it's a music video from the early 2000s, like 10 TVs stacked on top of each other, just start turning them on. How long before your mouth just opens and you look dumb?
15 seconds.
You don't need all the TVs. You just need one TV.
It doesn't even need to be anything on the TV, just static.
Yeah.
Or maybe my reflection. I'll get mad at it.
No, because I wonder if I'm trying to watch TV and there's also like 10 people yelling in my head. Do I just have such little power accessing? Like under my task manager in my brain, there's a million viruses running, just sucking in all my CPU.
90s pop-ups.
So I just pull up Pornhub and the whole thing crashes.
It just goes away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is why I go to Pornhub.
My own brain lags on me.
I like the computer crash analogy. The pop-ups, though. I'm picturing you, like, as you're getting your insane thoughts, like, you're a winner. Guess what you get to do? Take off all the shoelaces for your shoes and wash just the shoelaces.
Yeah. I read this comic book that had exactly what you were talking about, written by Rick Remender, called Tokyo Ghost, but it's in the future and they let you have a brain chip computer, like Google Glass, but you don't need glass. It's just in front of your face. But people watch porn, get viruses on them, and then they're just at a wedding or a funeral and boom, hot grandma's in your area, like in front of their face. And people just walk around with that shit because there's no way to get it off your brain.
So it's like a couple different Black Mirror episodes rolled into one device.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Just
that would get so annoying.
Yeah. While you're driving. You can't drive because you have too many viruses.
Yeah. Like, I hate it when an ad pops up on Spotify. Like, because I see so few ads now. When one actually pops up, I'm like, God damn it. This is my third commercial today.
Yeah. I hate commercials, but if you go back to regular TV, it's so much crazier. I watch a lot of ads just because of what I do, but
yeah, on
the internet and stuff. But I also ran out of Netflix. I stole someone else's Netflix again, so I'm excited. that I have it again. Now I can watch it.
Watch
Hey,
it.
Marco. But yeah, so I'm watching TV without ads again. But for a while it was Hulu and all that shit, and they only buy like one ad per a day. So a TV show will stop 4 times to play the same ad twice.
Oh, that's
It's
torture.
maddening. You're like mouthing the words by the second time.
Do you suffer from depression? Well, yes. Start responding back to it this time, getting more animated every time the commercial comes on.
Yeah, you
I do
start to
that.
notice shit like the bee has a frowny face.
For me, I've been having a Red Lobster commercial just play over and over again.
Really?
So I'm going through that. Yeah, I have no idea why, but like YouTube, every time I pull it up, it's like,
It's Red Lobster.
yeah, 2 for whatever. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Red Lobster. Your biscuits are the shit, though.
I haven't been to Red Lobster in a while. Actually, I've only been to Red Lobster one time in my life.
When I stopped being vegetarian, that was the first place I went to because seafood was the thing I missed the most.
Really?
Yeah. I was
What?
vegetarian for like 6 years.
For 6 years?
Mhm.
From what age to what?
17 to like 23.
Really?
Mhm.
What made it start and what made it stop?
Used to work at a butcher shop, or not a butcher shop, a barbecue place.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, my brother dared me, you can't go a month without meat, I bet. And so I did. And then when I ate meat again, I got sick for some reason.
Mhm.
Probably not the meat. I probably just got sick, but I
Mhm.
threw up. And I'm like, fuck that for a while.
And it lasted till 23? What did
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah, about 23, 24.
And then what did it? It was just seafood? Or you just decided you were going to eat
Just
meat
decided.
and went to Red Lobster?
I was like, do it again.
That's a good way to initiate back in, with Red Lobster.
I did fish for a while. I did just fish. Like
Mhm.
I cut out regular meats for like 6 months.
Patrice O'Neill says it's okay to eat fish because they don't have eyebrows. So you know they don't get sad. Oh, I love some coffee.
Yeah, sure.
I'm good.
That'd
I
be
don't.
amazing right
I've
now.
been off
Good.
caffeine.
Really?
Don't want to. Don't want to start
On
twitching
meat,
more.
On
Yeah.
meat, off caffeine.
No. I've just been off caffeine since I've been having this
Right.
flare up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how
It's
long
not
is that? A week?
2 weeks. I want to say it was 2, maybe 3 weeks.
How is that? That might be why you're having problems.
No. The caffeine was just recent that I stopped doing it. Flare up started like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I've been like a couple days without caffeine.
Because I feel like I might have flare-ups without caffeine.
There's no way I could give up caffeine or cigarettes right now.
Yeah.
No way. It's like it's such a hard thing.
One thing at a time.
Thanks, Marco.
Don't need to kill it.
Yeah, dude. Caffeine is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's tricky. It is. 'Cause, what do you call it? I've even noticed I've been drinking more caffeine
Yeah.
lately, and every day that I do drink more caffeine, I feel a little like if I don't drink as much as I did the day before or more, it seems like it doesn't have an effect. Or but
Yeah.
even just this short amount of time, I could already see how caffeine is messing
This
with me.
coffee smells good. Yeah, I've been wanting to write a joke on it for a long time because I've noticed people, depending on their drug addiction, will have a different vice when they get clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's the expression for heroin addicts, put down the spoon, pick up the fork, because a lot of them eat hardcore. And for alcoholics, it's a lot of coffee and cigarettes. I think it creates a similar effect. Thank you. But for cokeheads, it's milkshakes. Did you ever have that one? Like milkshakes? I went hardcore milkshakes.
I did what do you call it? Milkshakes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Actually, just thinking about a milkshake right now sounds really, really good.
Something about milkshake specifically light up the same part of your brain as Coke.
The brain freeze part of your brain?
No, the part that feels love.
I had that removed.
Yeah, no milkshakes when I stopped Coke. I just
dude.
stopped doing Coke.
But that's I feel like that's common for alcoholics is cigarettes and caffeine, because on alcohol you get a very, very clear singular focus. Do you know what I mean?
Somewhat.
Like things may be fuzzy in memory, but when you're drunk you get very purposeful. but not like you can't consider other things except the one very clear thought.
You that super drunk sports fan who's just stuck on the fact that his team won.
Mm-hmm.
He's having just a one very clear thought about the fact that his team won.
He doesn't realize that other things are happening.
Yeah.
Or maybe he should shut up. You just have the thought of like, I'm gonna go home, but you don't think maybe I shouldn't drive. Maybe I should open my eyes when I'm driving. Maybe I shouldn't hit this car.
Alcohol just made all the thoughts like quieter.
Yeah, you just have one very clear, nice thought.
Oh, it wasn't
like,
clear.
I'm going home.
It wasn't clear. It was just quiet.
Well, all my thoughts are like muddy.
Muddy.
Yeah, they were
Mine
clearer
are
when I was
green.
drinking.
We're describing our thoughts with adjectives.
Well, when I drink, I like to put on a movie or a TV show because I do go poo brain with it too. Like it does quiet.
When I listen to podcasts,
I was thinking
it
Winnie
gets
the Pooh.
easier. Yeah. Podcasts make it easier to think for me if someone else is talking.
Definitely.
Oh, that should be like not that thing. I need some coffee. My words.
Yeah, I'll often throw on a podcast as I'm doing homework and stuff like that. Like listening to it helps me focus. I used to listen to actually lectures because before, when podcasts were first kind of taken off, there was another part of iTunes that people often forget, iTunes University, where they would have free college courses on there. And I used to listen to the shit out of those. Especially while I was at work, like unloading trucks at Babies R Us. Just getting my sociology on. Getting my soc.
Free college degree.
You unloaded trucks?
Yeah.
Okay. I had both thoughts. You worked at Babies R Us and you unloaded trucks, and I had to decide which one to ask.
No, both of those things are true.
There are trucks at Babies R Us?
Yeah. How do they get stuff?
But they're just for babies.
They have the storks fly it.
Are they tiny boxes?
No.
But they're for
cribs.
tiny people.
Doesn't matter. It's cribs.
But it's a baby house. It's a tiny house.
They don't
It's
make
a crib.
baby houses.
It's a baby bed.
Yeah, baby beds,
Yeah.
strollers, car seats.
Mm-hmm.
Those shits are big.
I mean, like I have an adult pinwheel and it's giant as fuck, but like baby ones, they're tiny.
It's not just like adult world. It's not like Walmart, but everything's tiny at Babies R Us. I don't know if you've ever been in.
Babies aren't shopping.
I've seen babies and they have like tiny shoes.
That was really fucking good birth control working there because I'm like, all of this shit is so expensive, and I can afford none of it.
Yeah. No, if I have a kid, they're gonna have a loincloth till they're like 8 because I'm not buying any clothes.
Just a feral kid.
Yeah, I saw baby Converse and like baby boots and baby Timberlands, and I was like, holy fuck, babies have more shoe options than me.
I just picture you being the kind of dad that like takes their room and like saws the door in half, like so you can see in, but they can't get out.
I probably would. That does sound like something I do.
Made a door.
Anyway, what were we talking? What
Babies
were we
R Us?
talking about? Like that led to Babies R Us.
I was talking about unloading trucks in iTunes University.
Right, iTunes University. I don't care about that anymore.
I don't remember
Babies.
if that was what it was called.
iTunes University.
It was something like that. But it was like legit courses from like UCLA and Oxford and
Nice.
See, I can't do podcasts while trying to like be at work because if I listen to a podcast, I actually have to sit down and listen to what people are saying and focus on that. But with music, music is like what motivates me. Like when I would work at Chipotle, I was a prep cook there, and you have to do dishes and a bunch of remedial stupid shit. So like I tried doing podcasts, then I kept getting distracted. I kept wanting to go have a cigarette and just listen to it.
Right.
So I had to switch over to music to get into like a rhythm of I can quiet down the busy part of my brain and just focus on the super easy task. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I get, I can listen to podcasts constantly, no matter what I'm doing. But if I listen to music, it's a sit down, listen event.
So
like that album.
What's your go-to podcast when you're fucking?
You know, I haven't had anything play while I'm fucking for
You
good
should
chunk of
play
years.
this one.
You're amazing. Keep going.
Nothing's gonna dry that vagina up faster.
You're doing a good job.
Right now, how would you rate me? Like, I know it's not my best work. Just asking for feedback. How many stars? No, really, how many stars?
Yeah.
See, and like the whole music during sex thing, like I thought that would be like a regular thing when I was like younger because
Yeah,
they
me
did it in
too.
music or they did it in movies all the time.
Really?
But I've done it like twice ever,
Oh, I do
and
it
I'm
all
like,
the
this is
time.
terrible.
I did it when I was in high school, just about every time I had sex, but now it hasn't even occurred to me or I've been done it in like a
Yeah.
decade.
It's weird.
It's weird, like in the middle of sex, realizing it on a Christian station. That happened once. It was like, oh fuck.
Just starts in with the Jesus after the commercial kicks off.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that. Oh man, that would get me off so hard.
Need the
Jesus
religious
is listening.
I have done
because it
that.
reminds me of all the shame, which gets me going.
I have done that before where I'm listening to an album during sex and then like a song will come on and I'll go, oh, I forgot this was in the middle of the album. This one's going to kill the mood. Better hurry up.
It's just
Yeah.
you start fucking to Pink Floyd, Dark
Yeah,
Side of the
this
Moon,
is-
and then it's like, shit, I have to come before the clock start.
Yeah, the part of this Hotelier album is about a dead dog. So I'm going to have to wrap it up.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to ruin music to awkward fucking
I had a
experience.
woman blow me to one of my albums.
How was it?
That was really cool. It was like, yeah. But after that, like the next time I performed, it was like, okay, you guys are laughing, but no one's blowing me.
See, and that's got to be an awkward time thing too, because with like phones and Spotify, you could just put shit on and just
Yeah.
leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used to have to fuck before the side of the cassette was over and started rewinding. Because no one wants to come to the sound of chipmunks sped up as it's rewinding.
That's really interesting that like that might if you told that story that might make Freud shit his pants. Or like I was listening to a recording of people cheering and clapping for me as I got blown.
I am the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah, there would definitely be some.
And that was her idea. And it was like,
I feel like that would fuck with my head so
That's
hard.
definitely a damaged girl. So that was definitely a good blowjob. I bet.
yeah.
No wonder you said it was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
She did a thing with her finger.
Yeah.
I do a thing with my finger, but it's not that thing. Guess what thing it is?
Guess what I do with my finger?
That's gonna be a great children's book.
Yeah.
Guess
Where
what?
does the finger?
Guess what closet guy does with his finger?
Shows
I
a
would read
Muppet poking out of the closet.
You know, I tell people it's R. Kelly, but I don't remember what that fucking album you used to play in my closet was when you were trying to fuck. You'd have like a candle and a boombox in there when you were trying to fuck, and you would play the same album because it was the only one you had. And I always thought it was R. Kelly, but I don't think it was R. Kelly.
I'm not gonna tell you what album it is. 'cause
Please
that's
tell me.
precious to me now. That is precious to
Usher.
me that it bugs you.
It's Usher. It's Band-Aid Nelly.
Close. Band-Aid Nelly.
Ow. Ow.
You just lose a tooth because I'm not fixing it.
I think we got super glue in the car. We're fine.
No, we're fine.
We'll just lick and stick.
I like coffee so good.
I'll put
I
on
so needed that.
a little extra so I can lick the extra glue that's on the back of it,
Why?
just to feel a little dizzy and okay.
But it's super glue. Feel dizzy and okay. I wonder if rehab has ever had like a big wave of people like just spinning in circles and It's kind of like I'm fucked up. Now it's over.
We were talking about that, my joke on that, and how once he got clean, he got it a lot more, what I was talking about. But I stopped doing that joke because everyone stared at me like they couldn't figure out what the fuck I was talking about.
No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I think that's a warning sign because I used to do that a shitload as a kid, and
Really?
that should be like a red flag. Like if your kid does this for
right.
more than 5 minutes,
If your kid really enjoys getting dizzy,
if
Yeah.
he's
there's
on
some
his
drug problem in the future.
third episode of Barney and still spinning and laughing every time, laughing just as hard,
Yeah.
he may grow up to be an alcoholic.
That's weird because I did that and my brother didn't.
Oh, okay.
Spun in a chair.
I would just.
Yeah.
We didn't have, like I said, computer chairs because we didn't have a computer when I was that age. I would just spin in circles,
We should
like
get
with
you.
my feet.
We should get you on one of those fair rides, the one where you lean up against the thing and it spins you. 'Cause I don't think you get to spin very often.
Right.
I bet you would dig it as a alcoholic.
Yeah.
It's really spinning is the shit once you're clean off booze.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brings a lot of the good feelings back.
Yeah, spinning in a rolly chair.
I
That
mean,
thing's my bitch.
yeah. The thoughts go away too for a little bit and get quieter.
Yeah.
I never spun in a chair. I think mine comes from being shaken a lot.
Oh, Jesus.
Whereas at the end of shaking, my brain would feel weird and it would go through my body. So I'd be like, ooh, that's a good feeling.
Mhm.
So now I just sit in a chair and go like that.
Right. Sometimes when I was a kid, everyone would play T-ball. Is that it? It's like baseball, but it has a T.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I used to get really fucked up by being the T. Boom, John joke.
By being the T.
Yeah, John's dead. Every time he's not here, he's died.
He could have okay.
He got crushed.
Fell in a mine shaft.
I was gonna say he got crushed by a couch at Goodwill.
That he was trying to steal.
Yeah, turns out it's mostly fat. There's no muscle in there.
He was moving an aquarium that shattered.
John or the couch?
Yeah.
No.
What other amusing ways has John died then?
I said he fell into a vat of toxic poison and grew crab legs once.
That's silly.
He forgot how to breathe.
Yeah. He started sleepwalking and then he sleep flew into the sun. That was one of them.
So
Yeah.
absurd because even if he had wings,
Right.
he's not getting off the ground.
There was one where he choked on a peanut.
I was thinking he's broken on Taco Bell because of how
Yeah.
adamant he was about that
Oh
Taco
my
Bell last
God.
time.
Yeah, he was crazy on that Taco Bell. I'm gonna post that one soon.
Does he like Taco Bell?
He liked it when Marco bought it.
He was real itchy for it when Marco brought it into
Yeah.
the room. Like his whole demeanor changed.
It's like someone came in with Coke.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't stop staring at it. Like he's talking to us, but he's still looking at the Taco Bell.
Guys, we're just not going to acknowledge the tacos that were spilled out on the table.
Yeah.
So what's up with that bell, bro? Can I get some of that bell?
What's up with that bell?
So much of that bell.
Got that TV.
Oh.
So I want to talk about one more thing before we wrap it up.
Sure.
What is your favorite science subject? Like if you had to pick, because
Oh,
there's so many
Jesus.
kinds. Do you have a top 5?
Like top 5 subjects?
Yeah. Because
Um,
I have psychology and sociology are my number 1 and 2.
I don't know. I just like learning in general. I mean, there's obviously stuff that's more boring, like stuff at the chemistry level and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can make fire and bombs and LSD, but that kind of
It's
bores
a
me.
long road to get there, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Space,
Mhm.
like biology, like learning about the climate.
Because there has to be, I guess what I'm trying to gauge is a lot of the people I've met will have a like fuck geometry, astronomy's the shit, you know.
Geometry
Have
is
ones you
math.
hate. Yeah. It's a kind of science. use it for thinking and there's learning. So
it's the one
science
you
to
should
me.
know because it's the math with shapes.
Yeah, the math of shapes. I know Techihedron because I listen to Junt Metal.
Oh, okay.
Every album has some weird 100-sided shape on the cover.
That's weird. So why are you trying to figure out what subjects people like?
I think everyone hates math, and I want to prove that.
Oh, I mean,
sucks.
I don't enjoy it, but that's not a science to me. Like I really regret, having every teacher pretty much since middle school tell you don't need to know this when you're an adult. You'll never use this, because when I got like bigger into science, like into high school, college, I was like, oh, I need shitloads of math, and I memorized none of it. I have to go back and learn all of it from scratch, or just not have a career in science. When I chose the latter.
But like physics bore the shit out of me. Physics and, like you're saying, chemistry.
But physics is kind of cool because physics, it follows into space. It's not just, astronomy and planetary science. You like learn the physics of gravity, black holes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Like it encompasses a lot.
So is space like a subset of physics?
Astrophysics.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm down with astrophysics.
Quantum physics as well, because that studies the really tiny stuff, and that gives us an idea of the bigger stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Darren, what's your favorite science?
Darren,
do you know what
the
science
sun
is?
goes down and the moon comes up. There's a cat. No, I.
There's a cat.
There was a cat. I think it's dead.
Yeah, it's something about in a box. No, I like it when you drop things on other things and then they float up into the ceiling and get stuck there.
Yeah.
And then we can all cheer about it afterwards.
I'm also digging that.
Yeah.
I'm on that level.
No, I'm also with you on this psychiatry, mainly because I don't really understand how my own brain works. So if I could get a grasp of how maybe somebody else's thought process works, it'll help me work on mine. So I like to watch people a lot, observe, stand outside their windows at like 3 o'clock in the morning, peer through their windows and stuff. Yeah.
Stare out of the
Hide in their closets.
I observate.
That's a new one.
Yeah. Making up words again.
Well, if you know how to help Closet Guy, you can email me at nylandjvigil@gmail.com and I will forward it to him. Because I don't know that you have an email account that people can send. Yeah, don't say it.
No. I don't remember the passwords to most of them.
It's DBZ 1997. But we'll wrap it up here. You said you have no gigs, nothing going on. Your life is sad? Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. I have a show going on here at the Pecan Theater, April 8th. I'm not going to be on it, but I did set up a sick lineup, and I'm paying for it. So I hope people show up. But I'm not going to be around to promote it. But I got Marco hosting it. Vincent Vigil is going to be here. Dan Rainey.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, Caesar's on it. And John's going to do a 5-minute spot in the middle so I can couch him.
I thought you said it was going to be a good set or a good
That's
lineup.
the intermission.
It's an intermission.
Have,
yeah, it's for a little bit where people can go get drinks. You're gonna want some time,
yeah. Oh.
And then they'll know where, like, how soon they have to get back in by his screams.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's gonna be rad. There's gonna be beer there and stuff.
Jungle juice.
Yeah, there's gonna be beer. I feel like that's the only way to bring in people is just by offering them beer.
Free beer.
Yeah.
Basically. I can't say that, but you said that. I didn't say that.
Beer is going to be present.
Yeah.
And it may or may not be free.
Yeah.
Like
You said
Schrodinger's cat.
You said that. I didn't say that. Yeah, I'm going to have Schrodinger's beer. Other than that, we're at Fairview on the 8th as well. Fairview, Montana.
Actually, the 7th. And
Oh, the 7th is the
the
one.
next night, we're in somewhere else, Montana.
Oh, okay. You'll have to go through see what that is,
Yeah.
where I'm actually going to be. But, and April. Oh, right. I'm doing the Dab Lounge comedy, Sons of Anarchy comedy, whatever the fuck it is. I have the wild card match, so I have to go up against David Glasspool. Do you know who that is?
No.
I saw a picture of him. I'm not worried. And because I'm the wild card match, I then have to go up against Jordal.
Oh.
So everyone else has to do 5 minutes. I have to do 5 minutes against this lunatic who I'm assuming is not very good because I saw him and obviously he's not self-aware. So I have to burn 5 minutes on that, and then I have to have a good 5 minutes to go up against Jordal. So, but I'm really banking.
But they don't do it all in one night, do they?
Yeah, I have two matches in one night. The whole thing isn't done in one night. But it's the first round of everybody, and I have 2 matches. Everyone else has 1. So
show off.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed. And I was like, oh fuck, I have to outwork everybody.
You're gonna need that stuff.
You might want to read those.
I think I tried to order this at one point on it.
It looks like it's freshly ordered too.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh. Probably actually going to read some of this. And then it'll take me years to overcome it.
I like how this one says ebook on it because it's totally an ebook.
I think I mentioned probably all of those.
Wait, you're probably in all of those?
Yeah.
I'll have to see.
Is there an index?
If I find you, I'll highlight it.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh, there's a glossary in the back. Premise, punch line, punch premise, regulars.
How to wheel your way to the top.
Yeah, exactly. Ramps.
Put some reflectors on that shit and roll.
Yeah. Oh, but that's on the 30th. The 30th of this month. And then we're going to try and book something for Closet's birthday on the 30th of April.
Oh, yeah?
We might do a big movie night here.
Getting lots of hot wings.
Yeah, lots of hot wings and booze. We get fucked up and watch. We haven't decided on a movie, have we?
I have a few in mind. There's a couple that I haven't seen that I think would be really cool. I don't know if you've seen the previews for it, but there's this Australian horror movie where like these 2 little boys' mom goes through this surgery, and for like 6 months she has her face wrapped up or whatever, and like just a bunch of really weird, crazy shit happens to the kids like psychologically. And so it's like going through that, and then I was thinking maybe like 28 Days Later for like a softer blow of people getting murdered. But yeah, and then a bunch of hot wings because I now crave hot wings like I used to crave heroin. We were at the store the other day, and I had to physically stop my hand from grabbing the bag of hot wings and going, Nyland, buy this for me.
Yeah. And I guess our Alyssa has a show the day before that.
Yeah.
On the 29th. I guess she has a birthday show going on. She keeps talking about Christmas and all kinds of shit.
What?
Santa. I don't know what the fuck it's going to be, but it might be interesting.
There's plans.
Because it's not just here at the theater.
Really?
Yeah, she just booked it with Marco. I don't know what the fuck it's going to be, but it's not going to be a typical show. Because she hasn't told me anything about like I want this person and try to host a show. Here's going to be a good lineup. She just keeps talking about if we all had Santa hats and blah blah blah. I don't know who the fuck's going to be on it or what's going to happen, but it has all these crazy ideas about
She's
it.
got to buy hats.
Yeah, I think I don't know what it is, but
that's like an extra thing of planning.
Right.
And costs. Can't you just give me the money?
You don't want.
I'll wear it on my head for the whole show.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Do you want to sign us off, Darren, and press stop? Or here, I'll come around. I'll do it.
I'll press the button, but I'm not going to sign off.